This has to stop, like now. We've been on countless trips with the van like this, and it always ends up in a huge mess. We just came from 2 weeks in Poland where we were for the World Champs, and we have all the food mixed up with dirty dishes here. This is just a huge pile of fresh and dirty clothes, and I don't even talk about a bed. So it's time to take all the mess out of the van and start fresh and start making something practical out of this space. So this took almost the whole day to clean all the mess out, and what's left is already permanently built here, almost everything. There's many possible places where to start a van build, but we chose this electric wall so we can run all the wires from here, accommodate the batteries, and to kind of know what we are dealing with. Also, in this setup, it creates a little step here in front of the bed that actually sets all the things moving forward. So this is a great place for us to start. So we did this wall, and now I'll be building this step over the wheel well to accommodate this what is it? This blue thing. Meanwhile, Lide is dealing with the things under the van. He's attaching the spare wheel and figuring out where to put all the stuff down. That's not really true. He's just attaching the wheel. I don't know why I said that. I kind of like this dark stain, but Nida doesn't like it, and I know I wouldn't like it in the interior, as we wanted the interior as bright as possible. So I'm painting with it the inside sides of the furniture. We also used a poplar plywood this time. Last time we used birch, as everyone was saying we are supposed to use birch, but after some research we find out that poplar is so much more light. As long as we want to save as much weight as possible, we are using this where it's possible. When it comes to moisture, it's not as resistant as birch, so we are treating it from both sides, but we did it with the birch anyway. This is the moment, our first attempt to build a round corner box. Everything's ready and the water is boiling.
Jest na tyle nim?
Ja.
I nim?
Ja.
Teraz do głowy.
Ja. To nie upała, żeby być ten. Nice. Ale ten baksik. To widać własny wyrobek, który jest kolorowy.
Jo.
Here's a question. How many bikes are gonna fit in the garage?
Well, I hope that there should be space for like 6 bikes, hopefully. And like we have 3 main scenarios. First one will be that we have 2 our road bikes and 2 our mountain bikes. The other scenario would be 4 mountain bikes in total, for each passenger 1 bike. And the last one would be 6 bikes in total, which means 2 road bikes and 4 mountain bikes. So yeah, let's see.
We have enough bikes here for the test.
Yes. And obviously we love the Trek brand, huh?
Okay, 1.
Yeah.
2,
3,
3, 4, 5. 5 tracks and Steely.
And still, yes.
And here's the space.
Is good?
Lovely.
Ah, check that. That's smooth.
We need a representative of the future wall here.
Jedno se tam ještě vejde.
Ale 2 ne.
To je už hodně blbě, no. Tohle by ještě šlo. Pro další prostě musíme jít dozadu držet na kole.
We are trying to fit the bikes to this side of the space because here we want to have a wall to support the bed and make some spacer in between the bikes and the stuff we're gonna store here. So,
Also to protect the bikes,
yeah.
from the stuff flying around.
So it seems like this is the maximum we can do here. 2 road bikes and 3 mountain bikes. That's it.
Or maybe if we take out the pedals, we might gain some space and be able to fit 6 bikes in total there, but yeah, maybe we would also have to take down the handlebars.
Still, it's quite a lot of bikes. If we kick out the road bikes, it's gonna fit 4 mountain bikes for sure.
Yeah, it should be fine.
So, good. After the bike fitting, we compressed all the techie stuff to the central part of the van here, built the other step over the other wheel well, and the wall separating the garage. Then it was time to duct tape the last holes in the floor, and we were ready for the summer with this improvised build number 137. Here we have this seating with a storage from Eddie. This is the step we built, and a functional fridge. You see? What's left is already permanently built here, almost everything. We have the AC hoses down here and here and here. Under this step or seat is boiler, the AC unit, and also space for batteries. Now there's only one, but there's space for another one if we'll need it along the way. The electrical stuff is here, and also the seatbelt anchorage, and this front space is not fully built, but what's here is staying also. Now, what's gonna happen, we'll probably start a build with the galley. Okay. Here we still think we are starting with the galley, but we need those furring strips and the backsplash wall first. Ta-da! We are out of the correct size of rivet nuts. Furring strips and missing rivet nuts somehow led us to making the garage first. We ordered this water container, big one, 100 liters, and it's been a huge pain in the ass because it came with pre-drilled holes in places where we don't need them, obviously. those 3 holes, which we don't need. And there have been also one at the bottom where the black is. I just came from a company where they tried to seal it, but it's not 100% sure it's gonna work. So we need to test it. It's leaking. I spent a few hours of rewelding the plug in the water tank and it looked so promising, but now there's a tiny little fucking drop. So now I have to figure out what to do with almost 100 liters of drinking water and then try rewelding it again. The saga water tank continues. I tried rewelding it like 15 times. It seemed to work in the end, but we wanted to be secure, so we tried some kind of special glue for this type of plastic, and it was really weird and it didn't work. So now we are just trying to cover it with this sealant and call it a day. Lovely. And that's how we do things here. After we've kind of set up the garage, we thought, now we are gonna go to start with the kitchen galley. Well, the first thing we have to do is put up a wall from the bottom to the ceiling here. You see, ceiling should be in a place before we put up the wall up to it. So we have to do ceiling first. But before that we had to hop on a plane to Bulgaria. For needed to win some last medals of the season and for me to, well, break my leg. And here we are again in the van after September, October, November, December, 4 months. The project was stopped because of my broken leg, and we've been waiting for me to be able to at least stand, better walk. So it's January of 2026 and here we are. We've been already working on the van for a week or 2. We left off in a moment when we decided we need to make ceiling first, and in order for that we needed to finish some stuff before, and now we are in a place when we are starting to make the template for the ceiling. I have it here. It's not perfect, but it's the first thing. And let me show you what we've been up to. This is always a battle. We don't like those plastic frames of the skylights, the original ones, and we are always trying to hide them. And this time we installed the frame first, and we will try to cover it, to hide it under the ceiling. Hopefully it's gonna look good. The problem is we still want the window accessible in case it leaks, as we know it may happen. And it's kind of a bit because we can't make the hole in the ceiling smaller than the frame, and yeah, it's complicated. We'll show you how we'll do it, and hopefully it's gonna look good. We also made progress with the walls. We installed the big one behind the bed, and we also installed this over the entrance. These are the outlets for the AC, and they are not pretty, but it's the best we could find. So we're gonna have to live with it. Making our own would take forever, and we don't really know how to do it because we want the thing to be adjustable for the wind. Yep. I also made progress with these bird thingies. It's actually a thing for charging our phone. It's gonna go here, and here's gonna be an outlet, and we'll put the phones inside for the night. We have 2 of them, and they are gonna be on each side of the bed. That's my little project. Stewie. We are also making some design decisions. We have multiple color charts, color samples here. As you can see, green is gonna be a thing in here, and then simple white, and this is representing wood colors, wood tones. We also have this great material from Wood Pasta. It's an acoustic panel, and it's warm and soft, and it's gonna go on the side of the bed. And then we have here those window treatment samples. We want to go with those foldable blackouts to save space, and I think we have a winner here, and it's this one, because this one is double-sided, so it's gonna work great as blackout. It should work as insulation, like minimal one, but at least something. And it's gonna be, I think, in a color gray. Also, the texture is kind of like paper, but it's waterproof. I tried to I tried to put water on it, and it did nothing to it, so that should be all right, even for the window in the sliding door. Yep. So that's it. Jumping into the ceiling making first, plenty of measuring is needed, some more template making, and adjusting the foam in the ceiling. Yes, these are cables of antenna, which we installed in the autumn, and I forgot to show you so far. This is first dry fit of the front half, marking some adjustments and cutting the hole for the max fan. And then repeat the process on the back half. Some more templating, some more measuring, some more calculating, some more whatever this is, some more marking, and measuring, and some more measuring. Last time in Eddie we went with shiplap for sealing because it was the time when it was cool and it was easy to handle. But this time we want to save some weight, so we are going with those giant sheets of plywood. Thank you. And because we like the look of the shiplap, we are kind of imitating it by routing straight lines into it, and that's what Neil is doing right now. He's measuring those lines.
To stačí? Tak hluboko?
Jo.
Až.
Cože?
My jsme to chtěli i míň.
Cože? Na co to je, drážka?
No to je jenom ozdoba.
Jo, ozdoba,
No.
já myslel, že tam budeš dávat nějakou příčku nebo něco.
Ne, to je jenom, to je z 5 mm, takže to jsou prostě nějaký dva dolů třeba, no.
Bude na strop.
A to jsi tam mohla
to
už
zůstává.
dělat nějaký, ale ty ne? Ornamenty ještě.
No.
Co to je toto?
Díra na okno.
To je jak když hakčí je?
Jo. To bylo šukačko.
To je naše nejoravnější umění.
A to je jenom dýha
Sobě?
nebo co?
No, to je...
Překližka
No,
taková
topolová.
slabá, no, 5 nebo co?
Jo. A hlavně lehonká, no, topol. Ale na ty stěny a tak do toho auta. To vlastně bude
tam
strop.
nepotřebuješ váhu, že?
No, tam přesně, to je to, co tam nechceš, no.
Chápu. Pochopili i zabedněnci. Jak říkal Ludek Filip. Dobrý, já jdu do tepla.
Jdeme, to chtěla.
opravdu. The desk is not heavy, but holding it over your head for several minutes is surprisingly exhausting. If you don't believe me, you try it. Okay, both desks are routed. It was a bit risky situation, but surprisingly it turned out great and we didn't make any huge error with it. And all the holes that need to be in those desks are done. So it's time to sand it all and start painting. Painting is left for tomorrow. It's training time. It's freezing outside, so the only option is to take this giant thing in. We are doing this stain in the color Linden because it was kind of similar to the shiplet we had before and we liked it. It's this kind of honey color. Okay, let's speed things up. We need one more coat. The ceiling's all painted. Today it's kind of nice weather, it's above 0 degrees, so the quest for today is to install the ceiling because we need to glue the isolation to the ceiling and tomorrow it's gonna be below 0 degrees again, so it won't cure. Fingers crossed we're gonna make it today, but we have a whole list of things to do before we can do that. And we need to install some more rib nuts above the bed because we scratched the whole wardrobe thing and we want to install some upper head cabinets instead because we want to make the whole mattress bigger. We need to make some holes in the ceiling for wiring for some lights, prepare a bar holding the ceiling in the front, adjust the isolation around the skylight, and we need to make some support frame for the ceiling around the skylight because it's too thin and it already started to crack there, so we need to fix that first. And install these before the ceiling because there might be too little space afterwards. We don't have time to waste, let's get rolling. I'm kind of jealous of all the people who decide to build a van and do it over a few months. They just do a step and move forward. Whereas we are building it over a few years, so we are always coming up with better solutions. We have to go back to adjust things, and it's like the 5th time we are doing the insulation of the ceiling, and it's kind of annoying. But we want it to be perfect, so it's alright, but it's annoying. It looks silly, such a small light on such a big desk, but it will look good, I promise.
Okay, jdem dál. Jo, to by asi dávalo smysl.
We scratched the task of installing the phone boxes because we realized we don't need to install it now before the ceiling, but we added the task of painting this with one more coat because I did only 2 coats and it's not matching this bit here. So we need one more and it's going under the ceiling here, so we need to paint it now.
Skylight.
Výborně.
Je toho víc, než si myslíš.
These pieces are all reused from Eddie's, so it's a bit of a puzzle to get them right. As always, if you want to do things quickly, you mess up. Let's start over. Final decisions. Do we want to attach the ceiling with black screws or golden screws? Who knows? We're gonna test it in this sample desk. I'm voting for the golden ones.
I don't really know. I mean, the black ones are nice. I can imagine them like in this small area, but I had no idea how it will look like on the whole ceiling.
I think it will be too much. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of screws, and it's gonna be too many of them.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's where the ceiling plates connect. There will be 2 rows of them,
Yeah,
and that's where the black ones will be extremely visible.
yeah,
Okay, let's do this one.
great.
Ready?
Ja.
Ja, to dobré. Ready?
Jo. To úplně křiví. Tohle by potřeba víc sem.
No, to si dotáhnu.
Jo. Ještě trošku. Takhle dobrý.
To je dobrý.
Jo.
A když to dám...
Jo. Hele.
Ten člověk se trefil.
Se snažila se trefit. It is gorgeous. The only error we made is this this ocean wave here, but we believe it is fixable. But otherwise, I love it. Do you love it?
It's nice.
So we did only half of the task today because the other half of the ceiling is missing. Oops. The other half is waiting in here, and because it's 7:15 already, we'll have to leave it for tomorrow because I have a training to do. So good night, baby.
A 18, ježiš, to je strašný. 46, 38.
For the other half, we've added some wooden blocks for screening the ceiling over the back door. We decided to finish the phone boxes after all. And adjusted and attached some more ceiling insulation. Then it was time to lift up the back half finally. This is quite a risky situation because this second half of the ceiling already cracked there, where it's the most thin material. We tried to cover it with another sheet so it's a bit stronger, but we are scared, so Nida went for extra help to hold it up, to have an extra pair of hands because, yeah, we don't want to ruin it now.
Tak jo, můžu na to. Musíme srovnat. Bereme tady tou tam.
Teďka vyjde baterka.
No, to se taky hodně. by tam byl. Tak nějak.
Well, that's it. The ceiling's up and Needy left to ride his bike somewhere where the sun shines, hopefully. I believe there's rain scheduled for their stay, but never mind. And this is left to me. We tried to make as much progress as possible. We didn't film much because we really tried to focus on it to make at least the biggest pieces I can't move alone very well. It didn't work out because I messed up one of the pieces when cutting, and now I have to do it solo. But we made some progress. We cut most of the desks I'll be dealing with now. This wall is prepared, this wall is installed, this huge wall is prepared, it needs some routing and so on, and these furring strips on the sides are in place. And I promised to show you how this frame is gonna work. Well, we routed a frame around here, which is a place where it's gonna fit another thin frame from thin plywood around, and that one is gonna cover the original framing of the window. So it's gonna be like this, and if needed we'll just unscrew this layered frame and the whole window is gonna be accessible. I hope it's gonna be better than this yellowish plastic thing. And with the Max fan we decided to keep this original frame for now. We are thinking about occasionally change it for a black one, but it's not available right now, so we are rolling with this one. It gives like RV vibes, but that's alright. Final thoughts, we are really pleased with how the ceiling turned out. It took a very long time, it took like 11 days to finish it. The routing, the painting, it was a lot of work, but it's gorgeous and it's light, and that was the main point, to make it lighter than before, because we are really battling with the weight of the vehicle. And this mess is my problem now. I'll try to film it all and show you my solo building adventure in the next video. See you.